Hello, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It's Tuesday and I have my Facebook Live right at 2 o'clock. You have about a minute. I hope you get your notification that I'm on. Welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna hang out a minute and give you guys a chance to get here. Hi, Mary Jo, so glad you're here. Everybody else, come on down. I have a cute little card. Hi, Debbie. It was actually requested by Mary Jo. I showed you guys a sample of the scroll card. Hi, Bev. And Mary Jo requested that I show it today. It is a beautiful fall day in California too. However, it's not really fall-ish. It's more summer-ish. What degree is it right now? 82 degrees, so it's not bad. But I did turn on my, hi Carol, my air conditioner in here because when I'm stamping sometimes I get a little warm. So it's 2 o'clock, I think. It is 1 after. Let's get started. Hey Pam. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Always happens. Let's see, a couple of things. I want to tell you that I have 3 packets left from Open House. I'm going to flip the camera down and I will show you the card. And if you want the packet, you can let me know. If I have to mail it to you, it'll be $4.50. If you can come and pick it up, it will be $3. Okay, so let me know if you want it. The only thing that will not be included in it is the gold leafing. So if you have gold leafing, you can add that once you get the packet. All right, so let me turn you down. Hello, Louise, and turn you around. Oops, I got you guys up in the sky, don't I? How did that happen? You're looking at my ceiling. So let me see. Where is my turnaround guide? There it is. There. So, did you have fun looking at my ceiling? I'm like, why is it so white? Welcome once again to Stampin' All Day with Bev. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Beverly Morales, if you don't already know me, and I live in Tracy, California. It's currently 82 degrees and beautiful here, so it's another blessed day. I have an October host code if you choose to order from me. You can use this host code if your order is under $150, and I would appreciate you using that code. That will connect you right to me. And if your order is over $150 before shipping and handling, do not use the code because you are the hostess and you will receive the rewards. Hi, Judy. My link is beverlystamps.stampinup.net. You can go there to join my team, to place an order, just to look around. But if you do not already have a demonstrator and you would like me to be your creative coach, please get in touch with me. The best way is email me at mofun44@icloud.com and we can discuss your needs. Okay, I did select a date for my Fitting Florets bundle class. In person, it will be on Friday, November 18th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in my shop. On Saturday, November 19th, it will be online at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, so if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm going to get the class started up online, and then I will invite you as you tell me you're interested. It will be a private class, just for those who tell me they want to be part of it. What you need to do to be part of this class is order the Fitting Florets bundle from me. Not until November 1st, because that's when they're available to customers, and using the November 1st host code. Now, if you're a demonstrator and you already have the Fitting Florets bundle and you want to be part of my class, that's cool. Just look at the price of the bundle and order something else using that same host code I'll list on the first, and you can use your framelits and your dies and your stamps that day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 cards, and I am going to mail them to you in time for this class, and you will have all the papers, the embellishments, everything you need, plus a PDF explaining what I used and how to make these cards. So if you cannot come to the class on the 18th and you want to still be in the class, you can sign up online. If you sign up on the 18th and come in person, you're still going to be included on the online, so you can watch it anytime you want and replays. So that's how that is working so far. Let me know if you have any questions. My October prize for the month is these beautiful swirl gold adhesive back swirls. They are beautiful. I can't wait to get my own, but a lucky person that orders from me this month will get their name in a drawing to possibly win these swirls. This is the card I made on Sunday. Hi, Cookie. And it is going to the lucky winner, Sheila Leary. Sheila, I think you're new here, so I need your address. I do not have it. And when you send me your address, you can private message me. I will get this in the mail to you. You have until Sunday to do that. And then if I don't hear from you by Sunday, then I will just put it out as display here in my shop. So I hope we hear from you, because everybody really, really likes this card a lot, and I think you will enjoy it too. So congratulations, Sheila. All right. At the end of my long live on Sunday, I shared this scroll card that I've been wanting to make for quite a while. And I went so long that I couldn't show you how to make it that night. So I'm here today to show you, to continue on and show you how I made it today. So it's a very simple card, but it has a lot of detail and interest in it. I think I love that it's monochromatic. I love that it's simple stamping. I love that it's a set I know a lot of you already have, the Hello Harvest stamp set for this pumpkin. And then a little touch of gold and a little touch of Wink Stella there. But my favorite thing is this Craft 6x6 paper pack that you can get. This is the item code number. This Craft 6x6 paper is almost like cardboard. Thinner, of course, so we can stamp with it and use it for cards, but it's a complete different color than crumb cake. It's a whole different feel, and I just love the rustic, vintage, just beautiful look you get with this paper. I knew I was going to love it right away because craft is one of my favorites, and I'm so happy I've got to play with it. I've got a lot going on. You can see with the florets, I've been playing with it with that too. So it's so precious to me that I'm keeping all my scraps, because I never know when I have a little something I want to cut out and I just need a little scrap. So I'm using this cardstock today. I'm using some rubbing alcohol. It ran with water probably here, but this is rubbing alcohol in a little spritzer. And I'm using the pumpkin and the black Memento ink for my stamping. I've got the gold shimmer ribbon that you can find in the annual catalog on page 146. You're going to need some tear and tape, your bone folder, and a pencil or a paintbrush or something that has a that is thin so you can wrap your paper around it to curl it for the scroll. And your liquid glue, your mono liquid glue. And I believe that, Wink Stella too. Here's the card that we made at Open House. So this is the one I have 3 packets for. If you would like one and you can pick it up, I have them here. Just come and get it. If you want it mailed to you, let me know that also. The packets are right here. Like I said, the only thing I can't safely put in there for you is the gold leafing because it will just fly everywhere. Hi, Sue. Welcome. So if you have that, great. And if you don't, maybe you can order some or just make the card. It's pretty without it, too. You could just do some sponging. All right, let's get ready and make this adorable fall card. I think it's an excellent card for Thanksgiving. You would like a packet? Okay. I put one aside for you. Cookie, let me put her name on it real quick because with everything I've got going on, who knows? Okay, Cookie. Got it. Got two left. Hi, Marie. Marie, I need to come out. I've got your thank you card here, and I just haven't gotten away past couple of days. So this fall Thanksgiving card, I think, or just a thank you card. Hi, Patricia, for any thank you that you need to send to somebody, I think is absolutely gorgeous. I hope you guys agree. It is totally my style. I'm very monochromatic. I like the neutral colors. And I like a lot of texture, and this has all of the above. So here's my little packet. You need a piece of the craft 6x6 cut down to 3 wide by 6, and you'll notice the curl. I'll get into that in a second. Then I had a little scrap, and I used the Quatrefoil folder, and I embossed that in advance. Hi, Marcia. For the base, you're going to need crumb cake card base. This is 4 1/4 by 11. And then you just score it right down the middle, and you have your card base. And then I have 2 pieces of crumb cake cut at 4 by 5 1/4. One to layer inside the card and one to layer outside the card. Okay. So let me start with the scroll. You need your bone folder. The best thing I find to do to make a scroll is to break down the fibers of this cardstock using your bone folder, and it gives the paper a little curl in advance. And you want to do that on both ends, just so when you roll it, it's already bending that way, and it's not going to give you too much of a struggle. Then I take rubbing alcohol and I spray it. I spray the paper, and I use rubbing alcohol because water won't dry very quickly. It will dry, it just won't dry very quickly. And rubbing alcohol will. It will just evaporate and allow you to stamp, because we are going to stamp with black memento, and we don't want to be spraying anything and make things run, right? So what you want to do is try to get this straight. Hi, Roz. Look at that nice little scroll. Let's turn it around. Spritz, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz, spritz. The more the fibers are broke down, and if it's wet, it's going to allow you to manipulate it a little bit better. Now, when you first get the straight cut to touching the paper, that's where you need to concentrate a little bit and get it tucked under and roll. Once you get that tucked under and you roll, then it's going to allow you to keep rolling. So let me get that a little bit tighter. And then you want to concentrate on keeping this lined up straight. You don't want to go off crooked. And you make it as long or as short as you wish. Okay. So let's see in comparison. This one's a little bit longer. They're all going to be a little different. Let's place it on here and see if I'm happy with that. Might go down just a little bit. Now that it's manipulated, it's letting me work without the brush. or the pencil or the ink pen or whatever you choose to use. A stick, you know, one of those, oh gosh, those decorative little, not a straw because you'll bend that too, that's too weak, but something, a stick that you might have. I don't know what we call them. Let me see, I have some behind me. Oh, that's a straw, okay. Well, something, a dowel, something like that. Something thin though. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep those both rolled, and I'm gonna give myself enough area to stamp my pumpkin inside my scroll. So I can put my paintbrush away and my bone folder for now. And I'm going to go to my ink and my stamp. And I only had this piece of scrap underneath me to catch the moisture from the rubbing alcohol. A dowel, yes. You can use a pencil. In fact, this one I did use, this one that I made here, you can use a pencil, yes. This was my idea. This was in my head, so I don't think I spritzed it enough. So I have some crinkly there, but it just gives a little bit of an old look. You could sponge it if you want to. I notice here I wet it really well, and there's not that many creases in it. So however you'd like to do that. Okay, so I'm going to come over here because in this paper here, I notice there's a little lump right in the middle. And I'm going to open up my scroll just a little bit. But I like to scroll first. Hi, Kim, because that tells me where to stamp my pumpkin. Now this card will be a little bulky because of the scroll. So it's either one you're going to hand to somebody, put on a gift, or pay a little more postage on, I would imagine. I just love that pumpkin, and it just looks so pretty just in black. Whatever, so cute. All right, so now we're going to roll again. It's really easy at this point because you've already broken everything down, and we're going to decide where we want, how far down we want this to go. I want it to go there, so I'm going to grab my tear and tape. Hi, Deborah. And I am going to lay that here on the paper. I know, I love pumpkins anyway. I want to grow some someday. One of these years I will get to that and I will grow them. Just haven't got to it yet. So tear and tape, I didn't say it, I need to say it. You burnish that with your bone folder, and then you grab in the middle, and that whole protective paper will come off in one fair swoop and not give you any problem at all. Now you get this back, and you just roll it onto that, and you press down so it's not so bulky for your envelope. You can make it as flat as you want. Then you've got your little scroll there. So let's turn it around and do the same thing here. Let's see. And I didn't measure at all. It's just eyeballing where I want this. So let's roll it up and see. Yep, I like it there. Okay, so what do? I burnish. I like you guys to think in your head, especially if you're new, what is she going to do next? Because if you know that burnishing was next and then pulling off in the middle of the paper was next after that, you have convinced yourself and me that you have learned how to use tear and tape, and it won't be aggravating for you at all because it works every time. Isn't it cool? Oh my gosh. So you know the apple basket that I used yesterday? Maybe inside a scroll too. Any of your scribe stamps or folders, a Christmas tree, anything, an announcement, anything that you want on a scroll. That's where the idea came to me from that. So then, of course, everything for me right now is reverting back to florets dies. They're called frame florets dies. This is the large sprig in those dies. So look what happens when you add that onto this pumpkin. Good grief almighty. I am not kidding you when I tell you that that set is ridiculously awesome. So let's put our mini glue dots on these sprigs. How many do I have? I think I have 5. We'll count them as I put them on here. Yep, 5. Oh, okay, that one's wants to stay with me, so I'll just keep it. And we're gonna put one behind, like that. And then let me get my silicone mat. And you guys know why I'm using my silicone mat? Because these little, the answer is because these little mini glue dots are very, very sticky. They're larger than the item I have them on. So that means if I didn't put this silicone mat back here, then this mini glue dot would stick to my grid paper, and then I'd be fighting to get it apart and maybe possibly rip things. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to take this one, and again, it's bigger than the stem it's on, but that's okay because we're going to add some ribbon here also, so that'll just help hold the ribbon down. And then what I love about these is that when you just turn them the opposite direction, it just adds so much to your project. And then this one underneath, kind of just to flow. Now this one, I should pay attention to here to make sure I'm not going too far off. If I do go too far off, then they're just one mini glue dot on purpose, so I can move them around if I need to. Thanks, Roz. I'm glad you like it. Let's go to our shimmer ribbon and my Stampin' Up snips. I'm just going to snip at an angle, and I put ribbon around my snips so I know that those are only to use for ribbon, so I don't get them dull with anything else. This is almost 9 inches, not quite 9 inches, and I'm going to loop it around my finger, pinch, loop it around the pinch, and where my finger is there, I'm going to stick my thumb in the hole and pull that little loop. And don't worry at this point what your bow looks like. It's okay. We're just trying to get that knot centered, and as we get that, then we start pulling the legs, and the little loops just start to behave. And just keep pulling until you've got it the size you want. And then I push on the loops to get them back bubbly and full. Then I set it on my project to see how long I want my legs to be and at what angle I want them to be. So let's cut this way and let's cut this way. Okay, now I can take this little guy to my mini glue dots. Hi, Linda. And we're going to take 2. And we're going to set that down. Okay, so let's go over to the cut and emboss machine and take this layer piece and dry emboss that with the quarter-fold folder. Open this up, stick this in. I just think this is the most beautiful pattern. So elegant. I got to turn it around and make sure I'm straight. Now you're going to notice that there's, when you have folders, there's these black lines down here. This black one line, not lines, just one. And I put the edge of my paper on that, and that helps me to see that everything's straight. Then I place it into the machine with the fold at the top and the opening at the bottom, and run it through. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Isn't it gorgeous? There you go. There's a good look at that. In case you don't have this one, it is item number 158655. There is the name right there. And you use platforms 1, 3, and 3. That's what that means on my labels, so I don't have to think. We have to think enough about enough stuff. We don't need to think when we're stamping, right? Okay, so let's come over to our card base and flip this over to its back side. Get my glue down to the nozzle point and squeeze lightly. And get some glue on the layer piece. Open up my card flat. Grab my layer piece. Ooh. Uh-oh, I got ink on the back of my card. That's what I get for not cleaning it. So this one will be mine, and the winner will get the one without the ink spot. Okay. Don't know what that is. Something white. There we go. Okay. The other thing I love on craft cardstock just right now, just popped in my head, it has nothing to do with this card, is white flowers. Oh, they just pop out like a moonlit garden. Oh my goodness. All right, so where is my scroll? Now here's where I'm going to lay it down and see how I'm too wide for the card. So I'm just going to bring it in a tad. Am I too long? Nope. This one is though. So that's why you don't want to glue these down real solid until you've got your card base ready. Oh yeah, that does need to come down because I want to push this up. Okay, so I'm just designing now on where I want things to be. And I'm just going to pull that down a little bit. Stick. Okay, so now I'm going to just turn that over. I would like, this would make a beautiful baby announcement. Save the day. Absolutely. Anything, an announcement is the best for a scroll. Do, 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 do. I mean, that reminds me of royalty. Okay, and then just put this down. Could you imagine baby carriage, new baby across here, an engagement? Oh my goodness, just so many different things you can do with the scroll. And like I said, you can press this to get it as flat as you want it so it's not so bad in the mail. I'm gonna manipulate that over to the little bit. Okay, now on this one, I have the same 6x6 craft paper for the thanks. It's thicker. You know how sometimes I put cardboard and things behind my DSP, behind my cardstock to make it thicker? This doesn't need that. It's really, really nice. And some people don't like all monochromatic. They like a little bit of color. And I taught you how to do this color for the thank you cards a couple of videos ago. So you could add color to that like that if you want to. I'm going to add color to this one. And I'm going to take my silicone mat again, And the answer is, and why do I need my silicone mat? Because we don't want glue, again, to get on. See how I went off a little bit? I don't want glue to get on my grid paper. So I'm just putting glue at the bottom of the thanks. And I will stick that at the bottom of the scroll. And this card is done, except for the inside. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. I see a ton of hearts I glanced up and saw a ton of hearts. Yay! Let's get our Stella. You like the color, Debbie? Yeah, a lot of people like a lot of color. So you go as bright as you want to with whatever sentiment you're putting on the front. Love the color words. Okay, color it is. And these happen to be a good fall color too. There's a little bit of orange there, and then the greens and the yellows. Now, a little trick I have with the Wink of Stella. Right now it's very subtle. So I like to let it dry. I set it aside or I go do something else because I'm not a good waiter. I don't like to wait. So I let it dry, and then I, where's my other piece? There it is. And then I come back and I Stella it again, a second time, maybe even a third time, depending on how much is coming out. Why do I do crumb cake on crumb cake or white on white or vanilla on vanilla? I've been asked that many times. It's because for me, it adds the appropriate weight. I don't like the front of my card heavy and the back of my card light. Plus, I like the difference in cut size. It shows as in a layer. I always love your demos, and this card is no exception, just beautiful. Oh, thank you, Gabriella. So this layer piece with the little framing around just adds to my liking. And I had mentioned that this craft paper, this 6x6, is a different color. See that? It just stands out. Using it with crumb cake. I think, yeah, I'm using this in my class on the 18th and the 19th. So you will get some of this in your packets if you join the class. And when I put this through the foil folder, Quattro foil, laugh at me every time because I laugh at myself. I don't care how much you guys have tried to teach me how to say that, I still can't. But when I put it through the foil, the craft paper is what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's my eyeballs or what, but it gets it kind of a goldy, shimmery. There is no shimmer in this paper. It is craft paper, but it just gives it a gold look. I just love it. Now, it doesn't do that on the crumb cake, but on this craft paper, let's see, this will show you. See the craft paper, the craft in the craft? It just gives it a gold look. So, so pretty. So this card is finished. So I'm not keeping you a long time like I did on Sunday. This is what I try for is a half hour, but lately I've been going a lot longer because I just have so much to show you. So now it's time for questions, and I will love to answer you if you have one. You can also comment your questions if you think of something, and I go back and read them. So Sheila, I just want to say your name again. I wasn't looking up the whole time. I don't think you're here today, but if you are the winner, so I need to hear from you so I can mail this card to you. This is yours. All right. You guys like it. I do too. I just like this one. This is one that I would have no problem leaving up in my living room or my den for the holidays, for the both Halloween and Thanksgiving, 2 months. it could even go in a little frame or something without glass on it. Stand it up. I think it's just beautiful. All right, ladies, I'm glad you liked it too. Thanks for coming. See you Sunday. Bye-bye.